Welcome. You are here. It is a live episode of the Fret Talk podcast. You're here with your host, Mr. BudgetPedalChap. That's me. That's this guy. You are also here with Lee. Say hi, Lee.
Hi. How are you all doing?
Hey. It will be. This will be episode number 169. Booyah.
Hey.
Of the Fret Talk podcast. It is live episode. I don't know what. How are we all doing out there in Facebook and YouTube and Instagram land? Is that where we're streaming today?
No, we've never actually managed to work out how to stream to Instagram.
Well, that sounds like a you problem, not a me problem.
That's an us problem. Come on, man. That's an us problem.
Right, I'm gonna try. I'm trying to get the stream up so I can see the lovely people who are joining in. How do you spell pedalboards of doom?
How do you spell pedalboards? That's because we always put BBOD, don't we?
It is, yeah. Here we go. 18 people joining. Hello. 18 people. How are they?
Tell us who you are. Say hi in the comments. We want to know who it is watching.
That's it. A little bit like one of those various substances anonymous circles. Hi.
Yeah.
My name is so and so. I'm here. I've been a pedal user for coming up to 2 years now.
So look, we've got an idea that we're going to try and run on this one before we start getting into things. So we're going to kick it off, and what we'll do is we'll run this conversation all the way through. We've put in the title, do you really need a switcher? Now, I'm very much of the yes camp, and Mr. BudgetPedalChap is very camp. I mean, is very much of the no camp, and we're So let's see what you guys think, and we'll have the debate about it as we go through.
We will.
Shaking things up a little bit.
Before we get into that, let's warm things up, because you can't go into something like this dry, can you? So let's warm up the crowd a little bit.
Spit on it.
Dear God, Lee. It is episode 169, but there is no need for that kind of graphic talk.
There's
How are you?
Always need for that sort of talk, sir. Always.
Indeed, possibly. How are you anyway? What you been up to?
I'm all right, mate. Yeah, I've been up to lots and lots and lots. One of the things that I've been working on quite a lot recently is something that's going to be happening next weekend. So we want to give this a big plug right now, right at the beginning, while everyone's most active. So I'm going to go in and straight going with this dry, as Mr. BudgetPedalChap suggested. So obviously we can't do festivals at the minute. That's because
it's really cold.
The virus. Yeah. So there is a company called Guitar Breaks who is run by Mr. Ian Edwards, who's a member of Pedalboards of Doom, and he's always at the guitar shows and these sort of things. Usually takes a bunch of people away over to Spain or somewhere like that, and you'll pay for your ticket and you go away with some famous guitarists and you learn how to play in the sun, which is great. He can't do that, but he's still connected to all these famous guitarists. So what he's doing is they're all doing masterclasses on this online free, and this is the coolest thing, it's all free, festival next weekend. So let me share this up with you so you can all see it. So this is the Festival of Guitar 2020 in partnership with Boss, and where it says Tonepedia, that's because that's where I've been involved with it. The tickets are absolutely free, so go and get it. Even if you're not sure if you're going to make all of the live streams and these sort of things, go and get your ticket, because you'll be able to go on. You're going to be able to get masterclasses from Kirk Fletcher, Chris Buck, Sam Bell, Simon McBride, Ariel Posen, Josh Smith, Bruce Dickinson, not of Iron Maiden fame, and so on and so forth.
I was going to say, in terms of guitar, how is he going to bring value to this? Fantastic singer, but
Yeah, it's another Bruce Dickinson. Very good, very well established Bruce Dickinson, who is a fabulous guitarist. But
I mean, I dare say that other Bruce Dickinson is also very well established.
Yes, yeah, but not as a guitarist. I bet he can rip it up on a guitar, though.
Yeah.
He's a very multi-talented person. Anyway, look, we're going off the topic. So this is next weekend. It's free. If you get your tickets, you don't just get to be able to go on and check it out. You also get some freebies. And one of the things you're going to be able to get is 5% off of Boss products. So we're going to have 5% vouchers off of Boss products. So if there's, if that doesn't entice you to like join in, you might be a little bit dead inside.
I mean, you had me at like Kirk Fletcher and Josh Smith.
I know, man. I can't wait for this. I'm going to improve my guitar skills. Don't we all want that? Don't we all want me to get better? So, yeah, you just click on this little bit here where it says weekend pass for the festival. Go on and you get to go and learn from these guys. So, look, plug done. I do apologise to the listeners because this is going to go out the Monday after the event. So the people listening to the podcast version of this, apologies, guys. Sorry about that. Yeah, so I mean, that's that done. That's that out of the way. That's one of the things I've been working on.
It's just, it brings home why, if you aren't listening live, you should be. Definitely should be. So, yeah. But, it does sound really awesome. And the fact that it's free is my favourite price. So,
what about PPI? Because when you do that, you get like money back as well.
I got some tax back actually. That weren't bad.
Well, that's good.
I think it was about 60 odd quid. So, I've
got a mate who's getting like $3,500 back or something like that from tax.
All right, it's not a competition.
Yeah,
not a competition. I mean, I can just about get like a slightly uprated Joyo pedal maybe for that. Maybe even breaking an EHX or two. But no, like $3,500. That's considerably more than a Chinese pedal or a USA pedal, should I say, for EHX.
Yeah.
So.
Right, man. So, what else have I been doing? I've been helping out a bit with the Gig Rig for a G3 launch. Working with Dan on that, and that's pretty cool. We'll talk about that a bit more later. And podcasting with you, so I had to do an ad hoc podcast during the week.
We did, yeah. Like literally, we've spoken probably about 3 days ago, something like that. So
we haven't stopped speaking, really, have we?
That's it. So for us, it's business as usual. This isn't it? I suppose.
Yeah.
Which is why what we've been up to is we were like, can we say that because we only spoke a couple of days ago, but things have happened, so it's all good.
I did build a new board yesterday.
Tell me more.
So I've got the GT Core on the way, which I keep going on about. So apologies to the listeners that I keep moaning on about that, but I'm really looking forward to getting that. Haven't got it yet. So it is literally going to be the core of my board because it does so much. Whoa, ba-da-bumps. So yeah, I really want it to do a lot of things.
Yeah,
and it does do a lot of things, so that's handy. But I can't just put like a modulation in its place and start doing things in the same manner because it's not going to work like that. I've got to kind of like put a lot of work into the board once it arrives and try things out. So I don't want to build the board until I've got it.
Yeah.
So what I've done is I've built myself and I say this in inverted commas, I've built myself a small board. What have I got on it? The people want to know, obviously. I've put Crybaby on it. I've got my that's going into Cali 76.
Cool.
Now I'm going into the pedalboards of Doom Zander Cafetiere, which is an amazingly cool pedal. That's the one we did for the Black Lives Matters launch. Not Black Lives Matters launch, but the fundraiser.
Yeah.
From that, I'm going into the OD200. From the OD200, I'm going into the Meris Enzo. From the Meris Enzo, I'm going into the MD200. which is up for sale if you want it. Because when I've got the core, I'm not going to need it. Then
Okay.
From that, I'm going down into the DD500, which I am keeping because it's amazing. One of the best delays in the world, if not the best delay in the world. And then from the DD500, I'm going into the Eventide Black Hole, which arrived recently, which is mwah. And then going from that into the RV5 Loop Station, which is also mwah. And that's my small board. And I'm going into stereo, so I'm going into both the Victory and the Marshall.
Okay, so from that, everything outboard seems to cover a lot of ground already. So where is the core going to factor into this? You said it's going to do modulations.
No, this is a completely different board. I haven't got a switcher on this or anything. This is just all the pedals running in stereo, but in straight.
Oh, okay. So this isn't the one that's going to have the core.
No, this is just a board I've put together, so I've got something to play because I've ripped my other board apart.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. So it's on the floor. You see the one behind me is empty.
Yeah, it's a shadow of its former self.
Yeah, it's a bit of a mess, but that's what happens when you rip it apart. And then on the floor down here, you have
that small board, quote unquote small board.
Small board, yeah. Oh dear. It's cool,
yeah. Yeah, I mean you've got a lot of bases covered there.
Yeah. Do you know what? That was the point. I tried to stick away. I have tried to stick away from digital pedals, but I think I've got 1, 2.
You've got like
3
2 pedals on there that are
Three. I've got the Crybaby, the compressor, and the Xander. They're the they're analog. And I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 digital pedals.
Yes.
But then I wanted a little board that would do everything, so that's what I got.
I mean, that's what I had with my board of TC stuff, which I have slowly been taking little bits off and putting them on little bits off, so it's now not in a state of use. But I've got to do some tidying up in here. I tell you, I've got like 3 pedal boards that are sat. Fortunately, they're sat off camera so that you can't see the mess. And I have to do strategically placed camera shots when I do videos in this room, so that you don't get all of the mountain of just messiness.
Yeah. Oh, I put some new lights up as well.
Indeed.
Check them out. Everyone, give me a thumbs up for the lights. These lights are awesome. Give me a thumbs up. Click that thumbs up button. That's it.
Likes for lights is what you should be saying. Likes for lights.
Yeah, likes for lights. Woo! Yeah, I feel like a teenager or something. Do you know, our watches just dropped when I said that.
See, everyone's gone. It's all right. It's not a problem. Right.
What have you been up to?
What have I done this week? What have I done this week? Which has not been mentioned in the last one? So, I think I mentioned it a little bit, but since we actually recorded, the Bright Onion soap boost has been released. So that was this week's No Talk All Tone, which transparent kind of ish. It's kind of a little bit. It's almost like putting a buffer on. You get like a little bit of extra sparkle, but it's generally quite a transparent boost, and possibly the shortest No Talk All Tone that I've done.
Oh, so, really? How long was it?
I think it was 3.5 minutes, 4 minutes maybe.
Yeah.
So there you go. I liked it, short and sweet. I've got an idea for a little kind of one which will be shorter than that, and it's going to be like a Christmas prank. But I'm not gonna give away the secret just yet.
Everyone's expecting it now, though.
Yeah, possibly. I don't know if I will, but I might. So yeah, that was this week, and then coming on Wednesday for Pedalboards of Doom. If you are subscribed to Pedalboards of Doom, you will see that there is a premiere for the next in the series of the Stomp v Stomp, and yeah, exactly.
So this kind of goes full circle into what I was talking about, like analog versus digital pedals, isn't it? The Stomp v Stomp series is about how does a HX Stomp replicate? How well does it replicate the pedals? And then what BudgetPedalChap has is the original version. So you had like a TS Mini, a Tube Screamer Mini, versus the HX Stomps version. And yeah, I think it's a great series. It really does highlight the strengths and weaknesses.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people have been commenting on it, saying how surprised they are at the how well the Stomp, how close it gets. And in the previous 2 episodes, like you say, I've done the Tube Screamer Mini. I also did the DS one, which both iconic pedals. This time around, I did the Univibe. So the one that's coming out on Wednesday is the Univibe. Obviously, I don't have an original Shinai Univibe, so I had to go for what was closest for me, and a pedal that I absolutely love, which is the Moen Shaky Jimmy, which by all means is not a close representation or recreation, should I say, of the Univibe, because the original one used a bulb and photo cells, which
was Shaky Jimmy not use a photo cell then?
It's LED and LDRs, so kind of like a. It's not digital, but it's like a more modern, and more reliable representation of what that was doing. The Shaky Jimmy sounds absolutely fantastic, but within the context of the Stomp v Stomp, this is the one where there's most notable differences, because the Tube Screamer one, they were really, really close. The DS one, I'd done the model on the DS1 versus the standard DS1 model and the Keeley mod, and of course the Keeley mod was different, but there was still similarities. Whereas these ones, they do sound quite vastly different. And I was talking to you before I recorded the Stomp v Stomp, because I do a little kind of playthrough to get kind of an idea of what I'm going to do for the video. And I was just saying, Lee, look, the Shaky Jimmy's absolutely wiping the floor with with this. Like, the Stomp's not getting anywhere close. But that's because I was running the Univibe model in mono.
Okay.
And in the Stomp v Stomp video, I run it in stereo. So right. In fact, I run two. There are 2 models. There's a legacy model, which was on the old, like the M series, and I think it may have been on the modulation, the MD4 or whatever it was, like the modulation.
Oh,
model.
Right, yeah, the big one. Yeah.
And there's the Univibe model from that, that's a mono model, but then the new one, the HXFX version, you can do it in mono and stereo, and if you do it in mono, it's quite an underwhelming effect, but the moment you put it into stereo, things start getting magical.
You're clipping a little bit. I'm just going to turn you down just a touch.
It's all right. I don't feel like I'm clipping, but
you look like it though.
Ooh. So yeah, like the stereo Univibe has really opened my eyes here, and I think I'm going to have to be very careful in the future about using stereo when I can, because it's fantastic. Like,
well, yeah,
who knew?
I constantly use stereo. I very rarely ever don't use stereo, but I didn't for a very long time. And then once I did, I was just like, why would I not do this all the time? I think the pedal that really turned me over to going full on stereo full time was the DC2W, the Dimension, because that effect sounds. Oh, it's like night and day. It really does sound absolutely amazing when it's running stereo, but when it's run dry, it's more like a chorus when it's run just mono. When it's run dry, when it's run in mono, it sounds more like a chorus. But when it's run in stereo, you can tell that Dimension is its own effect.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to go down a little bit of a rabbit hole with some of the stereo effects. But I've got loads of, like I've mentioned before, I've got the non-mini versions of the TC modulation pedals. Like I've got the Helix phaser and the Vortex flanger, and I might plug them in stereo and see how well they do as well.
Yeah, I'm excited now to see how this Univibe actually holds up. Because I was almost pleased that the HX Stomp didn't do so well for one of them, and now I need to see. Is it more a case now of which one do you prefer as to which one as opposed to them sounding the same?
Yeah, so the stereo for the HX effects really does. It makes a difference, because if it weren't for that, if I was running that mono, I would have said hands down I prefer the Shaky Jimmy. But it's a personal preference thing. I think the effect on the Helix doesn't get as extreme as the Shaky Jimmy. There's a lot more. It almost feels real syrupy. Whereas you're not quite getting that with the Helix models, but the stereo width of it all makes it quite magical. So I'd be really interested to hear some feedback on that in the comments of that video. To just tell me which one you guys prefer, because I think I'm undecided at the moment.
Nope, the Tate has joined us.
He has. Sup, losers?
That was Mr. BudgetPedalChap quoting Mr. Tate.
Indeed,
he wasn't just calling everyone losers there.
No.
How you doing, Stu? Yeah, man. Yeah, it's exciting to see. What else you been up to? Anything else?
Don't know. Let's have a look.
Let's have a look at my little blue book.
No, pretty much. I mean,
I can imagine on your book you've got no written there.
Nope. Just nope. The words no. So we've got a bit of news. I think it's coming up for about time for news. But before we've got news, I posted up on Instagram today for people to send in questions, and we have got a question. We've got a question. Right, are you ready?
Don't forget our question that's running throughout the whole of this episode, which is, do you really need a loop switcher? So comment in if you want to, and let us know, do you feel that you need, or the average player needs, a loop switcher? And it's worth mentioning, like, the current events as well. Worth taking into consideration current events. So yeah, let us know what you think.
Yeah. I've got some big opinions on this, but we'll save that for later. So, question sent in by Marcus Deluxe of Marcus Deluxe Pedal Boards. Okay. I mean, his pedal boards, you see, even if you don't know who he is, you've seen his pedal boards, because they are literally all about. So he asked this question: favorite bread.
Really?
Favourite bread? Go on.
man, I'm going back on keto tomorrow. I don't want to talk about bread. I can't eat bread.
Well,
Keto bread.
there's not such a thing as keto bread, is there?
Yeah, there is. It's made of like flax seeds and stuff like that.
Oh,
It's actually really nice, but it's not bread. It's
not
just
nice.
like it's like a seedy flapjack, but it's really nice. My wife makes them.
I mean, you're not selling it to me a seedy flapjack.
Stu's, go on then. What's your favourite bread? Because we've got a question from Stu, and hi Izzy Armstrong, who is a prolific poster on Pedalboards of Doom, and she has some mental pedal boards, saxophone player, and
Nice.
she's been struggling to get on because her self-service is really, really crappy where she lives. But here she is.
Hello, Izzy. Favourite bread? What am I gonna go for? So many, isn't there? I do like. I like a good naan. I think.
Oh, yes.
I think you can't go wrong with a good naan.
Garlic and herb or something like that.
I'm a keema man myself because
Is that the one that's got the raisins in?
no, it's got meat.
Oh.
It's just
Ooh.
it's like essentially it's like a naan with a doner meat in the middle.
Oh, we've got Lo. Lo is here.
Hey, yeah, I'll eat.
Hello. You
yeah.
like meat?
Word up, suckers. Yeah, keema naan. You see, Stuart's on board with the keema naan. He knows what's what.
Yeah. What is the one with the raisins in? I forget. It begins with P, doesn't it?
You want about Peshwari?
Yeah,
Peshwari.
probably. I probably didn't say it because I can't.
I've never known it with raisins, but it's usually got like, almost like a sugar syrup on it and coconut. Peshwari nanas.
I think Lowell's turned into a caveman. He's literally just put, I eat.
I eat.
I eat.
Yeah, but he's put I eat, and he's got meat. Yeah, there you go. I eat meat.
Oh, I see.
There we go.
Stu's now commented coconut, and that's it. I just think everyone's IQ just dropped by 100 points.
There you go.
Coconut.
I mean, we were talking about guitar stuff, and it's quiet. We talk about naan bread, and now everyone's got an opinion. It's brilliant. Love it.
Oh dear. So Stu asked, what did he say? Which pedal sounds most like a wet fart? I'd say probably the Antaras, but what would you say?
I can't play him like that. As much as I'd like to, as much as I'd like to throw that back in his face, I can't do it. What
about the Fuzz Factory? You could get that sounding like a wet fart, I'm sure.
Yeah, I was gonna say like a metal zone with like the mids all the way down to the bottom, like cranked up, but like the Q all the way down, the bass all the way up, and no treble on. It will just be like farty, horrible, yeah, disgusting.
The data corrupter after you stopped playing said, lol. The gonculator said, Stu. Oh man, I really want a gonculator.
I mean, weren't that the gonculator's like main goal, to sound like a wet fart?
Oh man, I tell you what you need if you want your board to sound like a wet fart suddenly in the middle of a song. A loop switcher.
Oh dear. I was going to say, actually, now you mentioned the gonculator, the old DOD or Digitech Grunge, they were interesting, they were.
The OC3 through an electric violin, the most wet fart I've ever played. That's from Izzy.
Oh, okay. So Stuart's throwing actual questions at us here. This will require some.
What's the best bang for buck? A second-hand ES8 or the G3 Atom?
Well, the G3 Atom's still like 800 quid, isn't it?
Yeah, just shy of.
And an ES8's not even that new.
Well, no, it's about. No, actually, I tell you what, it's not far off it. Let me just look that up.
But so the G3 Atom is 6 loops, yeah. The ES8 is obviously 8 loops.
From PMT, the ES8 is 579, so it's £579. I don't know what that will be in dollars, because it doesn't necessarily. It's not going to be the exchange rate. It depends on the deal that Boss have with the shops in the States.
But even so, that's what. Let's round it up to 600 quid. So 600 versus it was 799, weren't it? 800 quid. So bang for your buck has got to be the ES8. You're getting more.
You say that. Here's the thing, right? I've just found out that the tuner out on the G3, which is just for anyone who doesn't know what we're talking about, Geek have just released a new line of switches, so they're the next generation switches up from the G2. The tuner out is also an auxiliary out, which is TRS to stereo, and it goes before the initial buffer, which means you've actually got an extra loop. So on the G3, the full one, you've got 12 loops already, but that gives you 13. And on the smaller one, which is the Atom, so the G3 Atom is a 6-loop one, you've actually got 7. So you're only missing 1 loop there.
But it's still like a clear 200 quid more.
Yes, but what else has it got? I got a preface with saying I've got the ES8 and I love it.
Indeed.
I absolutely love it. It's a fantastic bit of kit. You've got the Bluetooth, so you can control it from your phone. It's the latest technology. What else have you got on it?
The latest technology for me. Like my second or third ever phone had Bluetooth on it. Like
no, I mean the G3 is the latest technology. But every loop, every single loop on the G3 Atom is stereo. Only 2 of the loops on the ES8 are stereo, and 1 is mono in, stereo out.
But if you're running them stereo, if you run those loops stereo, then that gives you 3 loops rather than 6.
No, not on the G3 Atom. This is a bit strange. So what you've got is on the big G3, if you want to run them stereo, you have to group like loops 1 and 2. So on the big one, but on the small one, if you want to run it in stereo, you run a TRS cable. So each loop is a stereo one. So to sum it up, you can run 6 stereo pedals on the small one and 6 stereo pedals on the big one. I know, It's a bit crazy. I wish they put TRS, the same TRS things from the Atom in the big one, because then you could run 12 stereo pedals.
Yeah.
And don't forget that you've got that extra loop as well, which I mentioned a moment ago.
Indeed. Like so with our people in the comments. I mean, first of all, I'd like to say welcome to Mikey. Mikey's here. Mikey Famiglietti.
Oh, is he? I didn't see him.
He just came in. Lowell's chipped in with the Gonculator. He says, I can imagine that when they pitched the Gonculator, hey guys, listen, wet farts in a pedal. Just
I want to be on the board of when they were doing the Miku. Who got that one through?
That's it. You know what's really in now? These what do they call them? The holographic lady singers,
artists, or something like that.
Because there's a term for them, isn't there?
Oh, you're breaking up a little bit.
No. Oh,
so
well.
What did you say?
It's there's a term for it, but I can't remember what it is.
What these cartoon artists?
Yeah. Vocoders, isn't it?
Oh right, yeah. I thought you meant the type of, because Miku isn't a real person.
No, it's a holographic thingy. Like a vocoder artist.
I've just realised we've got some comments on here on one of the other pages from Darren Watson. I'm just going to read them out. It's like to do with the processing power. They don't do that on the big one. So that's with the G3. The processing power of running 12 stereo pedals. Yeah, I suppose it could make sense. I would say with anyone with a substantial size board could use a switcher to save signal loss. For fewer need a pedal board to set up scenes. I'd say 3 stages. I'm not following. Sorry, man. Yeah, so that was great. I interrupted you. I apologise. Go on. What did you say?
I can't remember, but I've got Stuart here saying, "Is the PC editor for the ES8 better than the DD500 was?"
I've never used it. I don't like plugging my board into my laptop or into my computer and stuff like that. Honestly, it pisses me off. I love the idea of being able to control it with my phone and these sort of things, which you can do with a lot of stuff that's coming out now. Can you do that with a HX Stomp?
What, phone? No, I don't think so. Anyway, there's a desktop app which is incredibly simple to use. Yeah, because I use the Stomp as an interface anyway, so I've always got a USB plugged into it. So if I wanted to like get deep editing into it, I can go straight to the laptop. But I did it maybe like 3 or 4 times when I first got it. I can do everything from the Stomp itself, so it's all good.
I'm surprised that the tech that TC used never really took off with anyone too far. You know, when you used to like put your phone to your pickup and they go, and then
the beam function. Yeah, there was an update for that, because to do the tone print editing, you had to hook up the pedal to your PC via mini USB and have it plugged into an amp, which was a massive faff, which is why I never did it. But there is a way now of using the editor on your phone, but I don't know if that still requires the pedal being plugged in.
Oh, I don't know. It needs to all be done on Bluetooth. Everything needs to be done on Bluetooth, and the fact that the G2's gone the G3's gone that way, I'm over the moon with that. I saw a comment from someone's asking Dan whether they would release a PC editor, and then they said, "Well, why don't you just make the app available to download for Macs and these sort of things and PCs?" And he said, "Oh yeah, we'll look into that." So looks like you're going to be able to control it from your PC if you want to, via the app as well. So that's pretty cool. So you've got the best of both worlds. I love the idea of like just sitting in the house thinking about my board and playing with myself. I mean, and just looking at the phone and thinking, do you know what? I'm going to reorder my pedals like this, and then when I'm going to plan it all out on my phone. Yeah. And then when I get out, I'm going to hit like play, and then I don't have to like try and think to myself, now what was it I was going to do? Yeah.
Rather than like writing it into your notepad app, like drawing a little sketch. I've done that before, where I've drawn out pedal boards on Notepad. But rather than doing that, like having it all kind of preloaded, and then next time you plug in, you go, okay, yeah, I'll Bluetooth it over. That makes sense. We've got loads of stuff here from Easy. So the lack of stereo loops is what kept her from buying loop systems. Now, obviously, with the Atom and the G3. What's it, like the G3 Core or something?
No. You're mixing up with the G1000 Core from Boss. It's just a G3 and a G3 Atom.
There's 4 different ones. There's the G3 Hub and the G3 Extension Kit as well.
Okay, so the Hub... Well, the Extension Kit is if you want to be able to run a rack unit. So on the G2, what you used to be able to do is unscrew the back panel, and then you could run a long, almost like a printer cable, off to your rack, and it would connect to your G3. Now you can actually just do that by having this extension unit in your rack unit, out the back, and you just run a cable, just a much more normal cable out to your G3 on stage, so you don't have to have a board on stage. The hub, what that allows you to do is have your G3 on stage and have a G3 out the back that your tech can use. So if you forget to change a patch, they can change it. But you can actually run up to 6 G3s on stage as external controller units. So you can put them all over the stage, and you can change it wherever you are, which so I can't imagine anyone doing that, but apparently they do.
So it's a little bit like Kirk Hammett's War.
Yeah, that's exactly how I described it to my mate Alex when we were talking about it the other day. I said, you've got the WAR controllers, and then you've got the rack-mounted WAR. Yeah. So, yeah, exactly like that.
Cool. Yeah, if you put it into Kirk Hammett, terms of Kirk Hammett, then like people will understand it.
Stu's just said he used a switcher when he had a 45-song set list, but for home I just have the pedals and cables all over the floor. Now this reminds me of something I saw earlier, because I've joined if you're interested in the G3, they've got their own Facebook group now, and you can go and ask questions, and Dan's bang on it, he's answering all the questions on there. But one of the things that I saw on there, one of the questions that was really interesting was, can I use the screen on it? Because that's one of the upgrades as well. It's got a screen on it as well. Can I use the screen on it to name my songs and see what the name of the song is? And Dan said, not only that, but you can list all of your patches as songs and then reorder them with the app. So if your band says, oh, actually, we're going to do this song first and then we're going to put that song towards the end, that's all bands do all the time, because the singer changes his mind all the bloody time. So when they say, oh, yeah, we're going to do Crazy Superstitions first, we're going to start with that, you just go, okay, and move it on the app, and bang. You don't have to, like, jump 20 patches. You just move it up to the first patch.
Here's the question, though. Here's the
who's gigging?
The $1 million. I mean, number one, that is, yeah, it's not a particularly great kind of global climate to be releasing a pedal switcher, is it? When we can't gig.
I suspect Dan's had this in
oh yes,
waiting to release, and he's been waiting and waiting and waiting. I don't know this for sure. I'm just speculating, but he's been waiting and waiting and waiting, and now we've started going into another lockdown. He's gone, fuck it. I'm putting it out. Yeah,
it's not something that will have been kind of cobbled together in the last couple of months. It's going to be a labour of many years of development, isn't it? So I think because we've got quite a few people in the chat at the moment, this is where we reinstate that question, where we're gonna weigh in within the next 5 minutes. Is a loop switcher, is a switching system necessary or not? Let us know in that comment section below what your stance on it. And like I say, the $1 billion question is, if now it's got a screen, could it run Doom?
I'd go ahead and say no on that. Do you know what, though? A switcher isn't just for Christmas. Right? No, a switcher isn't just for the ease of gigging. A switcher opens up your board. It opens up your pedals, because if you want to go ahead and run a couple of pedals in parallel, it's a lot of faffing around. It really is a lot of faffing around. You have to find a stereo pedal, run into that stereo pedal, come out of that stereo pedal. You're probably not even going to use that stereo pedal. Then you'll run your 2 drives, and then you'll run out and you'll run into another pedal, and then you'll go from stereo into that and then to mono out. So if you want to do that, it's a lot of messing around, especially if you just want to try it, right? On a switcher like the G3 or the ES8 and these sort of things that have parallel switching, a couple of presses and you've done it. And do you know what? You can go from one button to another, and you can completely A/B it. You can go, which do I prefer? Do I prefer them in parallel, or do I prefer them in series? Do I prefer them in series the other way round? So do I prefer my fuzz running into my overdrive, or do I prefer my overdrive running into my fuzz? And you can do all this bang, 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 like that, and just test it and find out what you want. And you might think, okay, for that song, this sounds great. For that song, that sounds great. And that is amazing. That is great because you can take two overdrives, same settings, 3 totally different sounds. That is opening up your pedals massively. Do I want my phaser before or after my drives? Of both.
Before.
See, a lot of people run them after. I'd run it after. So yeah, it's this is what, for me, this is what loop switches are about. They're not about they are for a lot of people about the ease of gigging and making gigs much easier to prevent tap dancing and these sort of things. But for me, it's about these added little extras that you can't easily do, if at all, without buying extra gear. You know, like splitters and these sort of things. And it gives you the ability to do that. And the MIDI functioning as well. You know, most of these switches are MIDI controllers now. So you can go out and spend a few £100 on a MIDI controller. These have all got that in.
Yeah, I mean, you're not selling me on MIDI. MIDI can go do one.
All right, but what if I said to you, if you've got like 4 pedals and you want to have expression pedals on all of them because they've all got something on them that you can express that's really, really cool, right? What if I said to you, instead of running 4 expression pedals, you can run 1 expression pedal to the MIDI controller and to the switcher, which is a MIDI controller, and that you can set it up so it can control not just any of those expressions, but all of them at the same time.
I would say what on my pedal board looks like it's going to use expression.
I'm putting you in the frame of mind as someone who would use that, but I know what you mean. It's not necessary for you, but that is a hell of a functionality.
Yeah, I mean, I can. There are applications for it. Don't get me wrong. There are people for who this is their bread and butter. It's as essential as a drive pedal, for example, because it allows the interplay between sound 1 and sound 2 and so on and so forth. And the whole tap dancing thing, especially for singers. I know we've talked about the blight that can be singers, but if you are playing guitars as well as singing, you don't have the luxury of looking down and thinking, okay, I need to press this, and this for the next section. You might just need to go, okay, I need sound number 2. Yeah, I can understand it for that. For me, I don't need a butler pressing my pedals for me. I'm perfectly capable of fucking that up myself.
Yeah, the extra functionality there, you know, it's not a must. It isn't something you have to buy. The hub and the extension aren't things you have to buy, obviously.
Yeah, of course.
They will sell a hell of a lot less of them than they will of the G3. Yeah,
and they're targeting a very, very specific market for these kind of big arena style switching units, aren't they? With the hub and the extension.
Do you know where these also come in really, really handy? Have you ever been in more than one band at a time?
For tax purposes, no. No.
Okay.
Yeah, I have, but I back then I ran direct in pretty much.
Okay. So when you're running with several different bands, and you and then you want to occasionally go and fuck about with your mates as well, you will tend to navigate towards having different boards for those sort of things, which can be expensive because then obviously some pedals you're going to want to duplicate, or you're just moving from one board to another. When you've got the MIDI switcher, what you'll either do is you will either go for a multi-effects. So you go for something like the Helix or something like that, so you can have all of your different bands set to different presets and these sort of things. Mm-hmm. Or if you love your analog and your nice individual pedals, which obviously we do, then you'll go for a switcher, because that's the benefit of it. You're getting the benefits of a multi-effects with all your really, really cool pedals. And one of the things that Dan has added to the G3, which absolutely blew me away, is trails, like you get on the HX Stomp and these sort of things. So when you switch your patches, the delays continue and they finish themselves off in the nicest possible way. So, yeah, episode 169. So, they finish themselves off whilst you're playing. So if you're going from a heavily distorted sound to like a chorusy, nice playing sound, you know what you're going to do is you're still going to have that spillover, but you can do that with analog delays and reverbs now, thanks to the G3. That's pretty bloody cool.
I can't believe that you said they finished themselves off and then says that wonderful spillover all in the same sentence, and you managed to finish it off. Like that's the height of professionalism, in my opinion. Right, let's go back to some of our lovelies in the chat. I don't know why it keeps going off the bloody chat here. Stuart, again, is £1,095 switcher necessary? No.
Yeah, well, there are some MIDI switches out there that are around £2,000.
Yeah.
And let's bear in mind as well, the G2 is still available. You can still go and buy the G2. So what they're not going to do is they're not going to price the thing that's beating the G2 at the same price as the G2. Also,
because
Dan said recently, someone asked him this and they were complaining about the price, and he said, look, we're not putting a massive markup on this. Everything's made in the UK. They don't get it made in Europe or anything. Sorry, made in China or anything like that. Well, we're going to be the poor men in Europe soon, aren't we? So we're not. You're not getting it made in China or anything like that. It's made in the UK. There's a team of 10 of them that are like doing the customer service and all this sort of thing. So you've got to pay everyone there. They're not selling thousands and thousands and thousands of these because it's quite a niche market.
Yeah.
If they were Boss and it was exactly the same product, it probably would be cheaper because Boss have a wider reach than Gig Rig. But, they don't.
Yeah. And it is essentially, isn't it? I mean, the G3 is comparable to the ES8. I know not directly the certain things that the G3 does, that the ES8 doesn't, but they are doing it. They're doing it cheaper. They're doing it much cheaper. But that's because they've got the clout behind them to be able to produce them en masse, and then obviously get them done at a cheaper price point.
Yeah, I think the ES8 came out about 2015, something like that as well, didn't it? So, it's 5-year-old tech versus 2020 tech, like brand new tech. So there is going to be some improvements. Although I've got to say, I absolutely love my ES8. I can't fault it. It's fantastic. It really is. Yeah.
I mean, it was something that at the time made me think, who the fuck is going to buy like a £500 unit that essentially just switches your pedals on and off? But then it became one of the most popular things, and it's become synonymous with pedal boards. You hardly see a pedal board that isn't taken seriously that hasn't got a switcher on at the moment.
When you see a board and it's got like 20 pedals on it and no switcher, you're like, are you wearing tap shoes with that?
I mean, it all depends on, what you need to do, because if you are constantly switching between multiple pedals at a time, and you're doing it's like at every switch, it's you're switching this delay on, this reverb on, and this whatever, this additional drive. It makes sense, but if it's just you're doing individual ones and you aren't having to think about some other thing, like you're not the singer as well, then possibly it's not as not as useful. Like I say, for me, buying a switcher would be an exercise in opulence. I don't need one. When I'm using my pedal board, I've got the luxury of being able to look down and see what I'm switching. I'm very rarely switching on any more than 2 pedals at once, and I've got 2 feet.
You've got 2 loops on the HX Stomp.
I do, yeah, and this is me thinking even before the Stomp, because before any of that, I was running the same pedal board that I've got currently, and it's literally just everything into the front.
But if you wanted to chuck a couple of drives in there to be able to turn it into a little loop switcher, you can do that, and then you can mess around with parallel switching and stuff like that.
Yeah, I'm not going down that rabbit hole. I've literally just this week admitted that stereo might be a nice thing. Let's take baby steps here, Lee.
Yeah, but now you've got stereo, you can run one drive off to one amp and one drive off to another amp.
Yeah, I could have 2 different amps modelled into left and right as well. Not going to do that either.
Why not?
Because don't want to.
It's amazing. It's brilliant. It really is.
It's a faff, is what that is. I could do. So if I was doing that for demo recording for the like the no talk or tone stuff and the stomp v stomp stuff, I could theoretically run 3, because you. When you use the HX Stomp as an interface, you can have a completely dry through. So I could have that like modelling on the computer, having it modelled a separate amp to what was being modelled left and right on the channels as well.
So when we had Phil on recently, Phil Dyer, we were talking about how I'm going to run with the core and how I'm going to do it, and I'm going to run it as my dry out with a Vox amp on it. So I've got the Victory, which is more or less a Fender running out to one side. I've got a Marshall on the other side, and they're going to be more wet amps, and I'm going to have a Vox AC30 tone as my dry out. But after the podcast had finished, we sat around. You left in the end, didn't you? Because you were like, I can't do this. It was blowing my mind, and I'm good at this. And but we were going really in depth on it because there's loops upon loops upon loops. But we were talking about putting it into the volume loop on the ES8, and then I can move that around as well. So that was quite interesting. I'm quite keen to see how I can come up with this wet dry wet rig.
Indeed.
Do you want to talk about some other bit of news other than G3? Because it has dominated our podcast quite heavily, hasn't it?
Yeah, and we're like 2 minutes before the hour. Right, yeah, we will. We've got the American Professional 2 to talk about, but I think we'll let that breathe. So I think we'll do that on a different podcast. So yeah. You've got. I'll tell you what we'll do. We talk about the Wampler. Two new mini pedals that they've brought out, because there's generally not a vast amount to say about those, but I'd like to mention them.
I've seen them in passing. I've been so busy that sorry, Brian, I haven't really looked at them that much. So tell me about them, man.
Well, the one is a pedal that you might be familiar with already. It's the Plexi Drive, but they're doing a mini version. So much like they did the Tumnus, and then the Tumnus started off as a mini and then went to the deluxe, and they've got like the Ego and then the mini Ego. They've done this, but with the Plexi Drive. So it's got volume, gain, tone. It's got a mid toggle switch and a bass boost toggle switch. Apparently, the bass boost is supposed to emulate the difference between going through a 212 speaker stack and a 412 speaker stack. So, I mean, the Plexi Drive's been quite a mainstay of the Wampler lineup. It's been as long as I've known about Wampler, there's been the Plexi Drive in there.
Yeah.
So
it's the white one with the Union Jack on it, isn't it?
It is, yeah. And this is a smaller white one with a smaller Union Jack on it.
Well, that's because Brexit.
Oh dear. But yeah, the second one is a tiny green pedal called the Bell. Belle, Bell, not Bell, not that kind of bell. And it's a green drive pedal, so immediately you'd be thinking, well, that's pointing towards somewhere. Yeah, you'd be saying that, and apparently this is not. It's not supposed to be a Tube Screamer clone. It's based on the Noble's OD one, which is
a Tube Screamer clone.
ODR one. Sorry, it's not.
It is.
It's not a Tube Screamer clone.
The OD one is
ODR one.
The Noble's pedal is it is basically a Tube Screamer, but it's people say it's really, really, really good. I think I played it in Germany. I hung out with the guys for a little while from Nobles. They're nice guys. But yeah, it's very popular in Texas, apparently, with the Texas blues players and that sort of thing. They're really loving this Nobles Tube Screamer, and I think Wampler pedals quite popular down in that area, of because they're really in with people like Brad Paisley and stuff like that, aren't they?
Yeah,
Paisley Drive, etc. So I can see why they've done that. It's a good move.
So it's not what you'd expect from the quote unquote Tube Screamer clone here. It's got a bass knob. It's got a color knob, which, so I'm assuming the color works as your kind of tone spectrum, and then the bass allows you to shelf or to boost the bass kind of to taste, so that you're not just getting the standard Tube Screamer bass roll off. You can kind of tailor it to your own sound. Obviously, level and gain. You've got a clipping switch on the side as well to change the clipping to a slightly more compressed.
Okay.
So, so like changing the flavour of the gain, so it's slightly more open, slightly more clipped. And both of those pedals run 9 to 18 volt as well. So if you're running 18 volt on that one, you can get some real kind of open sounds, I assume. I've not heard it yet. Although there was a video circulating on Friday, I think.
I've just had a private message from our friend Mark over at Bad Pennies saying, "Hey mate, that lighting is looking top notch." That's right. My lighting got some love.
Nice. That's okay. Thank you for that, Lee.
He said, "We're just watching today's video now. I gave you a shout out."
That's it. Man types on the internet. Hilarity ensues. So yeah, I'll be interested to hear some of that new OnePlus stuff. The Plexi Drive is something that I'd like to have a go on, and
yeah, I'd have a word with Jason, but he ain't here anymore. We'll speak with Brian, see what we can do, see if we can arrange one that maybe you can knock a demo up for PBOD.
But I think that's probably a nice place to kind of round off the week, isn't it? Because we're in over the hour, 4 minutes past, so
yeah,
we should probably round that up there.
Yeah, it means I'll get to bed early. Ooh, that'd be nice.
I'll get another go at this Lambooner that I've got downstairs. That's why I'm wanting to wrap up.
Do you want to give the Patreons a shout out, man? We haven't done that today.
You know what? Let's do that, Lee. Come on. So, as little as $2 a month, you can be one of these people. You can keep this light on in my house. This one. That's the Patreon light.
These are lights, mate. These are lights.
I mean, that's a light to. I mean, I've got one here as well. We could like have this. This is a light here, like so. I could have a look.
Light here,
like this.
I've got a light here.
Yeah.
Watch this. Watch this. Watch how like pale I look when I do that.
Oh, that's auto mode. Oh dear, that's terrible. You look ill. You okay, Lee? Right. We were mentioning Patreon people, and then we got sidetracked again. So these are the people who support us on Patreon. Thank you so much, you peeps. So we've got Andrew Bimpson, we've got Adam Yeomans of Chef Tone Effects, we've got Doug Christ of 37 Effects, we've got Joseph Richardson of Joseph Richardson Music and Abstraction Band, who have just released an acoustic version of Argon, which is lovely. We've got Huge Erection. Yes, we have got Huge Erection, despite what the other halves say. We've got Ben Fletcher of Fletcher Pickups, and we have got Brian Gower of the Tone Jerks podcast. Absolutely, check any of those people out. Yeah, Tone Jerks, really, really funny. I've been catching up on Tone Jerks recently, and they are absolutely hilarious. Almost like an American version thereof of the Fret Talk podcast. So, yes. Lee.
So, come and join us with and be a Patreon too. And the more Patreons we get, the better
our lighting gets.
Our content. Better our lighting gets.
Yeah,
I found that funnier than anyone else will.
Indeed. Lee, do you wanna plug some stuff?
Yeah, let's thanks Timepedia for supporting us and allowing us to stream to all these places at once. That's great. So we use the same streaming gear that they use. So catch the Timepedia YouTube channel, and do go on there. We've added some really cool bass stuff recently. Added some the Jam Lucy Dreamer, the bass, really great bass pedal, really really cool. What else we're doing? So we've got the YouTube channel, our own YouTube channel, where myself, Mr. BudgetPedalChap, Lowell, who was in the comments earlier, and Mikey, insert surname here. They all doing great videos, and we've got more coming. We're doing the news every single Friday, Saturday, and
Friday, give or take, plus or minus.
Oh, 4 takes I did. I thought I did 3. 4 takes I did on the Friday, and it was all that thing. I've got a new PC, guys, so it caused a load of problems. Anyway, news of the week comes out, and that's really great. How much is a Patreon, Mr. Budget Pedal Chap? Mark Barnes asked.
As little as $2. I think it goes up to 10
million,
possibly $10. Feel free to sign up multiple times if you feel that $10 is not enough, though. You can get multiple shout-outs, that's fine.
And what we do, Mark, is we give a shout-out to the, as you heard, to the person and the company as well. So Mark is of Bad Penny Effects, which Mr. Budget Pedal Chap has and will be releasing a demo of soon. Or did you do one?
I've already done it. It was out about a month ago, mate.
But yeah, it was
it was the little box, which was in conjunction with Funny Little Boxes, and it was an absolutely immense pedal. I did not want to give it back. And
you had to give it back?
I did, yeah. Was I not in the situation where I was still paying off the HX stump, which is paid off now? I probably would have kept that one because it was lovely. It were right lovely. And if you want to check that demo out, if you go on youtube.com/BudgetPedalChap, which is the home of the No Talk All Tone series, you can find that amongst other things. And in and around Christmas time, there may be a really, really special one.
Comment of the day from Tate. I won't be doing Patreon. I'll just pay with my witty comments.
I mean, that's possible, but you could pay as little as $2 a month and get a shout out right here. But we're definitely not going to mention his company right now.
We should put an embargo on Tate Effects.
We already have. So Facebook.com, Instagram.com, YouTube.com/BudgetPedalChap. You can find me. Content weekly, Instagrams daily, Facebook occasionally. Yeah. And that's a lovely place to end us for today. So, Lee, are you ready?
I've just thought of something else about switches.
Go on.
Clarity of tone. You can have 20 pedals and have a straight from your guitar straight to your amp if you don't have any of the pedals on.
Wonderful. I thought about something that I did this week as well.
What was that?
This bridge, I installed it on one of my guitars, and it was a pile of not good. So I took it straight off. But you can see why that is the case on my Instagram. Oh, so much disappointment. Anyway, from myself, Mr. Budget Pedal Chap. From Lee, say bye, Lee.
Goodbye, guys.
Bye, Lee.
It will be a tatty bye, and it will be a good night for this week.
Ta-ra a bit.
See you all soon. Bye.
Bye. Goodbye. Goodbye, everybody.
Right, this shit joke this week is brought to you by Andrew Bimpson, who is a Patreon backer.
He doesn't know it, but it is bought.
Yeah, it's brought to you by his personal Facebook account. Right, when I was younger, my mum asked me what I wanted to be when I grew up. A musician, I said. Come on now, Andrew, she said. You know you can't do both.